WATE 6 on your side. News at 6 starts now.
A man charged in a clash between a crowd of people and police over fireworks. His teenage sister also arrested, says police are the ones who should be sorry.
I had a letter to my mama and tell her that she's sorry for making her kids go to jail.
She calls it a war zone. The accounts tonight of what happened.
And dash cam video from the nights of the wildfires, a new view of the danger and the effort to get people to safety.
And a road crew putting new tools and soon new gas tax money to work right now at 6.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kristen Farley.
I'm Lori Tucker. Thanks for being with us. A teenage girl arrested last night says she is not sorry for what happened to 2 police officers hurt in a clash with a crowd over fireworks.
They were sent out to deal with a number of complaints out there. Reports of fireworks actually being shot at cars and at people there. This all happening at Lonsdale Homes near Minnesota Avenue around 10:30.
KPD says officers were trying to clear the crowd when people started shooting fireworks right at them. WATE 6 on your side obtained recordings of police radio calls from last night. Let's take a listen.
Yeah, I'm on 97. There's fireworks all over the place over here. So 3 or 4 of them shot Roman candles at me. So I don't know which ones they were. I couldn't give you a specific description.
Then police say a man with fireworks, J-Ron Mobley, was arrested after a chase. And as he was being taken into custody, a crowd apparently started hitting, kicking, and trying to pull an officer away from Mobley. The officer suffered scrapes to his arm.
Also last night, police say a second group of people shot a firework at another officer. It burned a hole in his boot, injuring his toe. Now, here is another of those police radio calls from last night.
Semi Charlie, that unit's pulling out of the parking lot. Stand by. I'm injured. I need to get out of here.
New at 6, another account of that chaotic scene. WATE 6 on your side reporter Jennifer Webb joins us live from the neighborhood where this happened. Jennifer, you spoke with the teen arrested in all of this, and she says she's not sorry.
No, Lori, she's not. I got permission from Ray Janae Jones' parents to speak with her. She tells me when she saw her brother being arrested, she didn't think twice. If he was going to jail, so was she.
It was pretty much a war out here.
When her brother was being arrested by Knoxville police, Ray Janae Jones says she had no choice but to intervene.
The cops were in back here and they was chasing him, so they got him on the ground. So I went to my brother because I didn't know where he was at, so I started punching the cops from the back of their head. I didn't stop.
Jones and her brother, J-Ron Mobley, were arrested after Knoxville police responded to several reports of fireworks being thrown at cars and people in Lonsdale.
I was running my mouth, and that's when they had handcuffed me right there, right near the trash cans, and then they took me down and I was sitting in a car, and they lied. Ooh.
Jones says KPD owes her family an apology.
They can write a letter to my mama and tell her that she's sorry for making her kids go to jail. Because I didn't even want to go. Well, I kind of went to jail because I was kicking their window. I about busted their window.
Knoxville Police Chief David Roush says,
if that's your mindset, that you have no choice when someone who's committed a criminal act and you have no choice but to attack the officer, that's absolutely insane criminal behavior. That's a young person who needs help, is what I say.
Now, Jones tells me these firework fights happen in Lonsdale every year, and she tells me if police try to arrest her brother again, she'll act in just the same way. Reporting live from Lonsdale, Jennifer Webb, WATE 6 on your side. Kristen and Lori.
Oh, goodness. All right, Jennifer, thank you. And we want to let you know, we wanted to get a better idea of just how many fireworks complaints officers get on the 4th of July.
Well, Knoxville police telling us they received 327 fireworks-related calls since Friday afternoon. 187 of those came in during a 12-hour span between yesterday afternoon and early this morning.
3 jail employees fired, one of them facing charges right now. The others could face a federal investigation. The grand jury indicting Charles Webb on 4 counts of bringing drugs into a jail. Sheriff Armando Fontes of Cott County says this goes back to Webb's actions in late March with an internal investigation leading to today's move. Also, Fontes says 2 other jail employees, Jason Phillips and Alyssa Lane, were fired for what he calls serious policy violations and potential civil rights violations due to their conduct. We've been checking. We don't know the specifics on that, but Fontes says he has personally contacted the FBI to investigate the case. Again, this happening in Cock County.
Well, 7 months after the wildfires, we are getting a new look, a dash camera view of that terrifying night.
It will give you chills. Sevierville police releasing this video after a public records request. Now, remember, we've been trying to get answers and more information, some of which has been under wraps with the fire under investigation.
Well, WATE 6 on Your Side reporter Bridget Burelow joins us here in the studio. And Bridget, walk us through exactly what that video shows.
Kristen and Lori, well, the newly released dashcam video gives us a dramatic glimpse into the immediate response the night of the Gatlinburg wildfires. Let's take a look at a piece of that right now. As we play this here, you see this dramatic footage as Sevierville police officers, as you can see, move down Maple Lane with a mountain engulfed in flames visibly. Very scary sights there. The video also shows acts of heroism as first responders rush to bring people to safety. A first-hand look at a city on fire. Newly released dashcam video offering new insight about the response to the Gatlinburg wildfires. Sevierville police getting to town at around 10 the night the fire spread to the city. First responders face to face with a deadly inferno. Driving over glowing embers and passing hundreds of families fleeing the fire zone.
That is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Putting aside their shock and fear and turning to rescue mode.
This is the police. Mandatory evacuation. Please leave the property.
Speeding through town, warning home and business owners of the danger. Pleading with people still on the mountain to evacuate.
Get your out of the house now. Go.
Spending hours driving through abandoned neighborhoods looking for anyone left behind.
We got everybody that we can find. We're trying to get everybody we can.
Their worst nightmare becoming reality.
Well, they haven't found them yet, but yes, there are people that died.
First responders left wondering if the community would ever recover.
This is critical, County.
Now, the wildfires left 14 people dead and caused more than $1 billion in damage, but much of Gatlinburg, including the downtown area, is still very much intact, and the community is on a road of rebuilding and recovery. Kristen, Lori.
Yeah, we're so thankful for that, and looking at that, it does take you right back to that terrible, terrible night. Well, Bridget, thank you again. And like many of you, we're wanting to see more records and get more answers for you about the fire.
Since the wildfires, we have been hearing that some of those materials and the accounts from officials could not be made public because the two teens faced criminal charges. But of course, on Friday, those charges were dropped. You may recall that news conference with Greg Isaacs, the attorney for one of those juveniles, making the announcement.
The district attorney explaining that the case against the boys could not be proven beyond a reasonable doubt, with winds from that night said to be the primary reason the fire spread out of the park, plus other fires, downed power lines, and a jurisdictional issue complicating the legal situation. Time now to talk about our current weather. We're tracking some scattered showers tonight after kind of a stormy day.
That's right. Chief Meteorologist Matt Hinken joining us now from Forks of the River Wildlife Management Area, where sunflowers are in full bloom. And Matt, I believe rain or shine, the Sunflower Festival will be going on this weekend.
And that is true from 9 to noon coming up on Saturday. And look at just some of the scenery. You can see these sunflowers are up here dancing because they got sunshine, they had rain, they had a great day, and it's a beautiful sight across East Tennessee. More information can be found at WATE.com, that's for sure. But we're probably going to see some more scattered showers and thunder showers before then. We're kind of in a dry spot now, but there's some more rain up on the plateau. And we've seen showers and storms on the plateau come down into the valley, move on to the east, and they've done that. There's a view of Fairfield Glade at this hour with mostly cloudy skies. And those of you that are getting showers, it's weakening. There's where you can see the Fairfield Glade and Knoxville up toward the Crossville area and picking up some light showers, but steadier rain, Spring City, and just south of Kingston, some heavy downpours. But this is really weakened, and we expect it to continue to weaken as it moves off the plateau and into the valley. Those are some of the communities that are in the path of this system. Wartburg, they had heavy rain earlier. This should be there about 6:33, and if it holds together, Farragut close to 7 o'clock. So that's not anything that's severe, just a brief heavy downpour, and then it'll start to weaken as it comes across the valley. valley floor. That's what Storm Tracker 6 shows now, as all this moves to the east, and we're going to watch that continue to weaken. We do still have another chance for scattered showers and thunderstorms over the next couple of days, but we also have some changes coming our way as temperatures hold near 70 the next few hours. We'll talk about those changes in the full forecast coming up in just a couple minutes.
All right, Matt, thank you so much. We'll see you in a few. Well, tonight, Knoxville police are looking for a woman who is in early stages of dementia. We have her picture for you. Nancy Lou Hughes is 63 years old. She was last seen walking near the Crystal restaurant on Chapman Highway last night around 11:15. Officers say she has high blood pressure. She's 5 feet tall. She weighs around 115 pounds. She has blue eyes, gray hair, and she does wear glasses. She was last seen wearing white shoes, white shorts, a white T-shirt with multicolored horizontal stripes. If you've seen her, please call 911.
Well, the Knoxville Mercury is saying goodbye to its readers tonight. The Mercury launched just over 2 years ago following the closure of a popular and similar free newspaper, the Metro Pulse. 3 former Metro Pulse workers gave up their severance packages to help start the new paper. Publishers of the Mercury say they would be publishing their final issue on July 20th because they were just unable to raise enough money through advertising, readers, and large donors. They just could not keep it going.
You hate to hear that.
Yes, we do.
A lot of talented folks on that. Well, time for sports. Hard to believe it's almost football time in Tennessee again.
It's always football time here. This season actually will be here before we know it, and Sports Director Marshall Hughes will be in Alabama on Monday for the start of SEC Media Days. Butch Jones bringing 3 Vols with him to Monday's big event. We're going to find out who they are. We're going to have all of that coming up in sports.
And a highway crew putting a state-of-the-art fleet to work. How new equipment plus new dollars from the gas tax are helping them tackle some overdue road projects. Coming up.
Hey, and I've got a few thousand of our friendly neighborhood sunflowers ready to help bring the forecast your way, which includes a decent weekend. All the details are coming up next. You're watching WATE 6 Underside News at 6.
All right, everyone, we want to get you updated on some breaking news that we're following right now. Just getting word of some 40 people trapped at Cummins State Falls. That is out near the plateau here in Middle Tennessee.
Yes, it is. What we know, this happened at around 3:30 today. A total of 27 people trapped under those falls. 3 are on an island surrounded by the high water. 10 are downstream. So efforts are being made right now to get to those people, and we will let you know just as soon as we hear more about this breaking news.
And of course, all this weather related with the storms moving through, so we want to get a check on our own forecast right now.
That's right. Let's go right out to Matt Hinken, where it's been raining off and on here all day. A little bit worse to the west of us earlier today.
Yeah, we've had some heavier downpours, and now the sun's out. That's kind of the way it's been worked all day long and all weekend long with these on and off showers. But, boy, I tell you what, you talk about showers and a beautiful sight. Look at the sunflowers. If you haven't seen them, this is just acres and acres and acres of sunflowers from the TWRA Wildlife Management Area. It's out here by Imes Nature Center, and you have an opportunity to come out here and check out this scenery in person. Yep, that's this Saturday from 9 till noon. You want to check that out more at WATE.com. Let's check it out. As far as our forecast is concerned, it's just beautiful out here. We do have a few showers continuing to weaken as they come off the plateau, and they're moving to the east, as you can see, probably about less than an hour before reaching the Knoxville area. Probably took them 6:53, 7 o'clock, Grace Christian Academy, and that'll be even weaker than it is right now. That's just an additional shower that's coming across that just went through Cumberland County, where they've had heard their that updated report. So Storm Tracker should see these weaken as they move east, and that's exactly what's happening. As you can see, the less coverage as the showers and maybe an isolated rumble move pretty rapidly from the southwest to the northeast. Slowly but surely we'll get back to some decent weather, but 8 o'clock tonight we still have some showers to go. Those should dissipate by the time we get to 10:30, and that's the forecast for 10:30, 11 o'clock this tonight. Then we get into those patchy fog where some of you are going to have visibility down to near zero in some spots, especially if you see breaks in the clouds. So be aware of some foggy conditions to start the day, and tomorrow's another weather aware day with the fact that we've got 2 chances for showers, one first part of the day, and we'll take a break. Notice timeline forecast up there at noontime, basically dry after that isolated shower moves out, and then more showers and scattered storms develop and move through the area for tomorrow afternoon and evening. And like today, some could produce heavy downpours. Not really severe threat, but some could produce some heavy downpours of rain, so we'll keep an eye on that. This is 11 o'clock tomorrow night. and then we'll see it taper off. There are some changes coming on the way, not so much tomorrow. A couple rounds of showers and scatterstorms tomorrow, mid-80s on the valley floor, low 80s on the plateau. Southeast Kentucky are in the low 80s as well with a few random rumbles, and then mainly late-day showers in the mountains as we go into the forecast there. So the 7-day forecast. Here's the good news. After tomorrow's Aware Day, we got mainly early showers on Friday, and then late Saturday, early Sunday, a cool front gets far enough south, hopefully, to take the temperatures, to take the humidity away. Temperatures still staying away, still staying in good shape, but taking the humidity away for just a little bit, just a touch, Sunday and Monday, and that'll keep rain out of the forecast for a couple of days as well. So it's been a very, very wet spring so far in early summer, but look at the expanse of sunflowers. Unbelievable. If you want to know how to get here, go to WATE.com or come over toward the Imes Nature Center and look for the TWRA directions on how to get here. It's going to be lots of fun folks out here on Saturday morning from 9 till noon.
Beautiful out there.
Just a sea of sunflowers.
Yes.
Love it every year. Well, we want to let you know lawmakers passed that gas tax increase back in the spring, of course. The change taking effect, though, at the start of this month.
Now, the idea is to put that money into better roadways. So Bo Williams has been in a county each and every day this week, looking at what road crews are planning to do once the new gas tax dollars start to roll in.
Busy guy, that Bo. Tonight, the focus is on Blount County. On your side, he shows us it's a department with sights set on tackling some pretty big goals.
Now that the gas tax money is in place, the name of the game for the Blount County Highway Department is getting ahead.
It's huge for Blount County. You know, we have 830 miles of road that we're responsible for, and we have a lot of rural roads that hadn't been updated in a good while.
On a budget of roughly $7 million annually, Blount County crews have focused on a goal of improving 12 to 13 miles of road in a paving season, a far cry from where they need to be.
To get ahead in Blount County, given 830 miles of road, we need to be averaging 50 to 55 miles a paving cycle.
And the new cash influx from the gas tax should help. This fiscal year, Blount County will receive over $570,000, with close to $193,000 in additional payouts calculated for each of the following 2 years. When fully funded, the county will receive just under $1 million annually.
Now, one thing Blount County did do is once the Improve Act money was approved, they went out and they pulled the trigger and bought that. That is an 8-foot paver. It's a little smaller than what you normally see. But what it allows the county to do now is to go out and stay ahead of the game when it comes to repaving those rural roads.
The rural roads that we're now able to go get and pave by the acquisition of the new pavers, we couldn't have funded that.
Factor in the county recently purchased 10 new state-of-the-art trucks and 4 trailers. Hedrick feels confident the county can reach their new paving goals.
Over time, we can address, I think, all the needs. It's just going to take time.
In Maryville, Bo Williams, WATE, 6 on your side.
A lot going on. Now, keep in mind the gas tax increase this year is 4 cents. It's going up 1 cent per year over the next 2 years for a total of 6 cents.
Diesel fuel taxes increased by 10 cents over 3 years. And meanwhile, grocery taxes, well, they're going down from 5% to 4%. All right, everyone, tomorrow we turn our attention toward Tennessee, Kentucky, the state line up there, as Bo pays a visit to Scott County. Why it may not be until early 2018 until motorists there see their gas tax dollars at work. Again, that is tomorrow night at 6 o'clock.
All right, time now for sports. Tennessee basketball welcoming the defending national champion later this year.
Marshall joining us now with more.
Yeah, it's big news right there, having home field advantage, home court advantage against them. We're taking a closer look at their out-of-conference schedule for the Vols. Coming your way next. Rick Barnes has made a point of scheduling tough out-of-conference opponents in his first 2 years on Rocky Top. Year 3, certainly no different. The Vols releasing their non-conference schedule today. Hoops fans in for a treat. Defending national champion North Carolina is going to come calling in mid-December. The Tar Heels fulfilling the road of an home-and-home split that started last winter. The Vols showing potential in Chapel Hill last year. They dropped a close game by 2 points. Rick Barnes not here for moral victories, though. He wants the wins. Hopefully, this year's slate lends to some more big W's heading into SEC play. As for the best of the out-of-conference slate, UT returning to that battle for Atlantis. You got Villanova, Arizona, Purdue, and SMU pacing the field there. No word yet on the bracket. Tennessee's going to travel to Atlanta. They play Georgia Tech there on the 3rd of December. UNC comes to town 17th. A trip to Wake Forest also on tap, and Vols visit Iowa State, the Big 12 SEC Challenge there. No better evidence football is right around the corner than SEC Media Days in the very near future. I'll be in Hoover, Alabama. That's starting Sunday night in anticipation of Tennessee's arrival on Monday. Now we know who Butch Jones will be bringing along with him to embrace that circus of media. Tennessee choosing offensive guard Jashawn Robertson, cornerback Emmanuel Mosley, and defensive lineman Kendall Vickers as the three who will meet with the media next week. Vols joining Arkansas and LSU as the three teams featured on day one this year. How about Vols defensive coordinator Bob Shoop being sued by his former employer? Penn Live reporting Penn State is seeking nearly $900,000 for leaving early, and the program anticipates he will not be paying up. A clause in Shoop's former contract stipulating if he left before February 2018, he would need to pay Penn State 50% of his base salary throughout the remainder of his contract. Now, longtime Vols defensive coordinator John Chavis currently fighting a very similar suit with LSU after he left the Tigers for Texas A&M. Hopefully he gets that cleaned up before the season starts.
Yeah, what a mess.
Yeah.
Goodness.
All right, Marshall, thank you. All right, time now everyone to check in on what we are working on for 11 o'clock tonight.
WATE 6 on your side anchor Ryan O'Donnell in the newsroom to bring us up to speed on what you're working on, Ryan.
Hi, thank you, ladies. Yeah, coming up tonight at 11 o'clock here, more public records coming in here after the Gatlinburg wildfires. We're on your side tonight, continuing to dig deeper to find out the timing of how things were happening, what city officials knew, and when. That's tonight at 11. Back to you guys.
All right, Ryan, thank you so much. Final check on the forecast?
Still a few lingering showers out there this evening. Severe weather threat basically over. My biggest concern would be some heavier downpours. But we'll be weather aware tomorrow. Kind of 2 rounds of rain, one in the morning, and then the possibility of some afternoon, evening storms. You want the drier, less humid air? Sunday, Monday, looking pretty good.
Sounds good. We'll take it.
Yes.
All right,
something to look forward to, as always. All right, thanks so much for being with us, everyone.
We'll see you back tonight here at 11.
Good night.